Hi, welcome to Social Perspective. Today we have some articles to discuss in social perspective. In the first one, it is said man lynched over pit to molest woman, and in the next article, it is reported that youth killed over alleged relationship with girl. In this article, these two articles are connected, related to the same topic or same concept. In this article, it is said a 24-year-old youth and a 17-year-old girl were in love, and the father of the girl came to know about their relationship, and he killed the boy. uh, if we see this in social perspective, we can analyze the behavior of that girl's father as a societal influence on him. He may think he might lost his prestige in the society, and a 17-year-old girl being in love with a 24-year-old boy is against social consciousness, and hence he was driven by the societal consciousness to kill that boy. It can be said as a classical example of Emile Durkheim's theory on society's influence on individual. Elton Maya also says the desire to stand well with one's fellows easily outweighs the merely individual interest. Here, individual interest may not be to kill him, but he desired to stand well with one's fellows in his own society. In his perspective, uh, daughter of him in being in love with another boy, maybe of another caste or another community, may bring down his status in society. That's why it has driven him to kill that boy. This can be said as societal influence on individual. Here again, it is said man lynched over bid to molest woman. It is said a mob lynched a man for allegedly assaulting a 70-year-old woman after attempting to molest her. This is again society acting upon the individual. This is enforcement of societal consciousness. Societal consciousness is to save the dignity of the woman. Hence, society acted upon the individual without any trial on getting to know that the individual was molesting the woman. Now, if we analyze these both situations, it is the imposition of societal consciousness on an individual harshly. Society tried to impose the or inflict the punishment upon the individuals. Now, this kind of punishment is generally seen in mechanical solidarity societies. It is not usually seen in societies where organic solidarity exists. In mechanical solidarity, there is a collective consciousness, and if anyone tries to violate the collective consciousness, society as a whole acts upon the individual and inflicts punishment upon him. Thus, these kind of societies are like primitive societies, and this kind of punishment does not exist in today's modern society. Surely, these societies are way behind modern times in social perspective. Moving on, here it is an article in Andhra Pradesh section given that towards making women empowerment a reality. The article lists various state government schemes to empower women economically, namely awareness and training initiative, house side pattas were given, control of liquor sales were taken care. Uh, House side pattas must be the house must be registered in the name of the woman in the family for financial empowerment. Under the YSR Asara scheme, reimbursement of outstanding bank loans was done. Under YSR zero interest scheme for women, government pays the interest on loan of the SHG that pays the installment in time. Under YSR Cheyuta scheme, issue of self-sufficiency is taken care of. Beneficiaries are encouraged to open grocery shop or purchase cattle. Here, collaboration can be seen with firms such as Amul, ITC, HUL, and Reliance. And now, this is an example of collaborative governance or collaborative bureaucracy. Unlike Weber's bureaucracy, which is rigid in nature, the other day we have discussed an article saying Weberian bureaucracy does not suit well in today's times or in times of crisis. Hence, collaborative bureaucracy must be brought in. The author says in the article which we discussed earlier. This kind of collaborative governance or collaborative bureaucracy can be seen here, roping in firms like Amul, ITC, HUL, and Reliance for women empowerment. And under YSR Kapunestam scheme, women belonging to certain castes were given cash assistance. Under YSR Sampurna Poshana scheme, nutrition was given to pregnant women and lactating mothers and children. Under YSR EBC Nestam scheme, women from well-off castes but economically backward were taken care of. Under Jagananna Jiva Kranti scheme, women are encouraged to become self-sufficient by purchasing cattle. Now we have seen various schemes given out by Andhra Pradesh government, but all these schemes try to concentrate on economic empowerment. Now in society we have a concept, we have a doubt whether economic empowerment really translates into societal empowerment or social empowerment of women. We can say that it may not. in not in all the cases, financial empowerment or economic empowerment gets translated into social empowerment of women. The reasons being traditional authority of men over women. Now, if in a family, even if woman is working and even if a man is sitting idle at home, we cannot say that woman has high upper say in the family business, because there is a traditional authority acting upon the woman in the form of men. Hence, the traditional authority must be brought down. In Weber's theory of power and authority, we have three kinds of authority. One is traditional authority, other one is charismatic authority, and the third one is rational legal authority. Now we have discussed charismatic authority outweighs traditional and rational legal authority. That's why some charismatic authorities must be brought in, and social empowerment of women, awareness on social empowerment of women must be given. The other one saying all these kind of incentives only give economic empowerment. Why not social empowerment? Is there is not even enough infrastructure for to take care of women. Now there are no creches at working places. There are no toilets, especially for women at working places. There are no sanitary pads at incentivized prices. Now this kind of infrastructure must be taken care of by the government beyond rolling out such schemes. If that is done, not only economic empowerment, social empowerment also can be achieved. Moving on, here it is a demand source for indoor games equipment. Now, yesterday we have discussed about the functions of lockdown. In R.K. Martin's perspective, we have seen manifest function and latent functions. Now, this again comes under latent function of lockdown. Because of lockdown, there is a higher demand for indoor games equipment. This can also be quoted as an example. Next, in the next article, it is said scope of Section 304B in dowry deaths widened by Supreme Court. This article discusses about the Section 304B of IPC, which talks about dowry deaths. Uh, and the section, according to section 304B, to make out a case of dowry death, a woman should have died of burns or other bodily injuries or otherwise than other under normal circumstances within 7 years of her marriage. She should have suffered cruelty or harassment from her husband or in-laws soon before her death in connection with demand for dowry. Now, this article talks about widening the scope by redefining certain terms like otherwise than under normal circumstances or soon before her death. This is not much relevant in social perspective, but here we can discuss this article as a social control upon dowry death. Now, Talcott Parsons' cybernetic hierarchy of control, we have discussed two ways to restore social change. One is socialization and other one is social control. Now, this IPC section 304B takes care of only social control, that is punishing the men or family members of the man after the dowry death has happened. It does not talk about, or it does not try to socialize the family and try to prevent the dowry deaths. Hence, for the socialization aspect of Talcott Parsons, we need counseling centers or a constant vigil by local volunteers or helpline centers must be set up to avoid dowry deaths. And awareness must be increased in the society against the dowry deaths. The root cause of such dowry deaths is that, again, we have discussed earlier, it is traditional authority of men over women. Now this traditional authority must be busted with awareness and recognition given to women that women are not subordinate to men. If that is done, all these kind of atrocities against women can be taken care of. In the last article, there is a column written by Arun Maira, where it says humanity matters, capitalism needs an upgrade. The author talks about the ill effects of capitalism, the kind of exploitation done by capitalism, just like Karl Marx. But the only difference is that Karl Marx sees capitalism as an exploitation against the working class only. But this author goes beyond the working class and he says capitalism as an exploitative uh, element of a whole general public. He says general public are deprived of better and cheaper goods, especially in times of crisis. Capitalism goes for profits rather than humanity. General public are deprived of their own knowledge in the form of intellectual property rights being patented by capitalists. The author goes on listing such exploitation by capitalism on general public. In the end, he says COVID crisis will not end capitalism, but capitalism must mutate to survive. Companies must rethink the purpose for their existence. It is imperative now that more human and less money values are adopted. Now, Karl Marx predicted that the capitalism will end with the conflict or will end with the protest or class struggle by the proletariat class against the capitalists. Now, that has not happened. Uh, in the contrary, synthesis situation we have arrived at by giving us more social security to employees and giving shares in the profits to the employees, etc. Here also, if we analyze this kind of situation in terms of Karl Marx dialectics, now capitalism going for profits against human values is thesis. General public striving for human values and fighting for better goods and cheaper goods, especially in times of crisis, is antithesis. Now, you try to analyze these both thesis and antithesis and try to predict a situation wherein synthesis occurs and what kind of characteristics will be there or what kind of situation will emerge out of that synthesis. That's all we have for today in social perspective. Thank you and have a nice day.